Hello, this is Scott Claus with the No Fear podcast. Thank you for tuning in. Today is a solo episode on a topic that is very near and dear to my heart. So every year for the past 7 years, I have picked one word that would summarize the year. And it's pretty amazing at the differences of words that have been chosen just based on the point of life that you're in at the time. And this year, the word that I have chosen is alive. And the reason is, right in December of last year, I lost a very good friend of mine to a car crash. And it was just tragic, instant. The whole world changes. She was a mother of 3 at 39 years old. And I never met anyone that had lived with more intention and more purpose, that knew where they were going more with their life than Sarah. And so I was struggling with my word at the time, because it's that time where you're thinking of like, where am I at? What am I doing? And just as a basis, some of my past words, 2023 was action. I just felt like it was time to take action. Words have been consistency. It has been 212 degrees, which isn't a word, I know, but water boils at 212 degrees, and if you're at 211, it does nothing. And so sometimes you might just need that one extra degree. And so as I was struggling to pick my word, it became very clear what it needed to be. And what alive means to me is we're alive and act like it. We get caught up in the day-to-day of all the minutia and all the things that could go wrong or do go wrong, all the worries and doubts and angers. And those are all just really problems that if you look at, if you knew that you were at the end, you're at your deathbed, what would you worry about? What would you think about then? And making a commitment to myself to be like, I am not going to think about those or worry about anything else than that. What comes to mind would be family. It would be, what impact have I made? In the regrets that would happen wouldn't be, oh man, I wish I would have sold more houses. I wish I would have fill in the blank. It would just be about the experiences that I had when I felt truly alive. And so for the first time, I created a full growth plan. We all have business plans. We all have New Year's resolutions. We have things that we do each year. But specifically this year, I created a growth plan. And at the core of it, I asked myself a couple questions. I said, where do I want to go this year? What do I want to learn? What specifically will grow me? What do I want to do for the first time? What do I want to do for fun? What's going to challenge me physically? And what books do I want to read? And so those 6 questions I took a look at every single month. What do I want to learn this month? What do I want to do that will challenge me this month? What books do I want to read this month? And as you can see, the growth plan is out there. And with it being 2024, I thought, I'm going to learn 24 new things. They don't all have to be just going skydiving or changing the world. But every time that I learn something new, I feel alive. It pushes me. It makes me uncomfortable. I get a pit in my stomach. But I know I'm alive. And I want to read 24 books. So instead of just finishing a book and saying what's next, I picked them out. I got 24 that are on the list. I have them on my windowsill. The ones I don't read are here, or I haven't read yet, and the ones that I have read are in a different stack. So as the year goes on, that stack will get bigger and bigger, and they haven't read will get smaller and smaller. So it's just being much more purposeful about being alive and creating those memories and experiences. I'm really excited that this year, for the first time, I'll be going overseas to Europe. So I'm going to go to London. I'm also going to be going to Costa Rica with a group called Modern Men, And so getting out of this country, experiencing things that I haven't experienced, it's all part of that process. And to be honest, I'm probably overcompensating a little this year because it hasn't happened yet. And because I had such a tragic loss so close to the end of the year. However, I am so excited to see what this is going to bring, and then to see where the normalcy comes, in 2025 and 2026. The last couple of years, I've had the honor and the opportunity of challenging myself physically harder than I ever thought was possible. So I have done a marathon, actually 2, and a half Ironman. And the half Ironman is a swim of 1.2 miles. It's a 56-mile bike, and then it's a 13.1-mile run back to back to back. And I didn't have a bike. I didn't swim. And it was a thought of make the commitment and then figure it out. So that started with a sprint try, which is just shorter distance, and then an Olympic triathlon. And so I want to continue that concept of 2 hard things a year minimum. And so if you look, I have 10Ks and half marathons. And one thing I'm really excited about is the Spartan Beast, because that blends running with 30 military type obstacles. And it excites me to think about showing up in a day-to-day basis of, hey, if I'm going to do this hard thing, I have to do something today. And building a group of people around me that are also wanting to do the same things. So I have a small group now of people that are doing the half marathon in April and want to be in the similar mindset, because when you do something really, really hard, it sucks a lot and you feel alive. You're alive. And when you're done with it, there's no greater feeling on earth. So I would love to share. I wanted to share this with you. I hope you get some value, and I'd be very, very interested to see what a growth plan would look like for you and what you'd be willing to commit to. So please comment, share. Nothing would excite me more than to see you guys living your best life as well.